crazy good shooting skills.
Because he was getting a sandwich, man. That's why he got took out.
Yeah, man. You don't put a deranged girl in the back seat of your car that's all bloody and then go get a sandwich. Who does that?
Old man, the girl just got out and was just like meandering around the car. Like, there's a sniper and you're just going to walk casually around the car. Like,
Yeah.
We got to be smarter than that.
And I think after this is when she takes off and he shoots her.
Tonight, we're having a little special show. We're joined by our Texas friends, Guilty and the Ghostly podcast. How you guys doing?
We're doing good.
doing good.
Awesome. Hey, take a few seconds and just introduce yourself again and tell everybody a little bit about yourself before we get started.
Go ahead, Audrey.
We are the Guilty and the Ghostly. We cover true crime, paranormal, dark history, little bit of everything. If it catches our interest, we want to talk about it, then we cover it. So we've been doing it a little less than a year now. Most of the time now it's me and Josh, and every once in a while Tori and Seth will pop up and discuss some stories with us.
Well, man, we're happy to have you guys on. I absolutely love doing these type of shows. So what's going down is last week we covered the true crime. What's it called? The backpack murders or something like that? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, backpack murder, Ivan Milat.
Yeah, Ivan Milat. So we covered that on their show. And this movie we're going to go over today is loosely based on, what happened over there in Australia back in those days. So, what we kind of do with these collabs is we cover the true crime part on their show. Then they come on our show and we break down the movie. So that's kind of what we're doing tonight. So we're going to do 2005's Australian horror film, Wolf Creek. Now, this movie was co-produced and directed by Greg McLean. So the plot concerns three backpackers who find themselves taken captive and subsequently, can't say that word, sorry, hunted by Mick Taylor, a serial killer in the Austrian outback. The film was ambiguously marketed as being based on true events, and its plot bore elements reminiscent of the real-life murders by Ivan, did you say it's Milat, like that?
Something like that.
Milat, yeah. You guys know what we mean. That took place in the 1990s. It's also loosely based on Bradley Murdoch in 2001, both of whom McLean used as inspiration for the screenplay. So, Kate, run down that cast for us and tell us how it done at the box office before we get started.
Yeah, so this is not a super star-studded cast, used to some of the films that we've covered on this channel. But I'll go ahead and start with the big bad in this movie, Mick Taylor. He's played by John Jarrett. I think he's maybe a bigger Australian actor. He's been in a few other maybe major Australian films. Next, we have Ben Mitchell, played by Nathan Phillips. We have Liz Hunter, played by Cassandra McGrath. And we have Chris Earl, played by Kesty Marassi. So this film did decently box office-wise. So its budget was about $1.4 million, or in Australian currency. I don't know what that's called there, but in the U.S. dollar, that's around 1.1 million.
Go with the balloons.
Worldwide gross, this thing grossed about $29 to $30 million. It did pretty decent in the U.S. Actually, a bulk of this came from the U.S. at $16 million. So there was definitely a lot of interest in the U.S. with this film. And it looks like domestically in Australia, it grossed about $4.5 million. So surprisingly, the U.S. was a big majority of the box office numbers for this. Well over half of the money that it accumulated was from the U.S. So that's the cast and a little bit of box office breakdown for you guys.
Well, that's pretty cool. This movie is you're basically, it's got a lot. It reminds me a lot of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, don't it, you guys? It's kind of that.
I got some vibes from it. Yeah,
it had some of those vibes. Yeah.
Well, it basically follows two female backpackers and one male backpacker. They buy this old beater type car, and for some reason they're going across the Australian outback. Am I correct with that? You guys have any idea where they were going and why they were going there?
Yeah, well, it seemed like they were trying to get to Wolf Creek to this site where a giant meteor crashed, and I
Yeah.
think they were just going there just to see it, maybe camp out a little bit and then head out. So they hauled across Australia. It was a several day excursion for them. I think that was their main goal for traveling around.
Yeah. Then obviously when they get to this big meteor crash site, that's when the car, conveniently breaks down on them,
Well, it didn't conveniently break down, like it was tampered with.
So that's what I was going to ask. Because it was like a 3-hour hike to this big hole in the ground, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So they hiked for 3 hours, and I guess our boy there come up there and tore their car up while they were gone.
Well, I will say, being a big fan of the X-Files, Mulder has taught me in a lot of like alien invasions, watches stop and electronics kind of malfunction, like car batteries will drain and stuff like that.
Yeah, their watches did stop in the movie too.
Yeah, so they're at a meteor site, which, outer space, and yeah, watches stopped, car batteries dead. So I don't know if old dude tampered with it, because he showed up pretty conveniently, but also their watches stopped too. So kind of made me question.
Does he know that the batteries are going to go out though? Because it happens every time. So he kind of just lurks and wait until somebody comes in.
Right.
No, I think because this jumping ahead, but at the end of the movie, whenever she's looking through those camcorders, a lot of the other people, this dude shows up conveniently every time. I mean, they can't get their car started, and he walks up, hello, God, get call trouble, that this dude has tampered with the vehicle.
You've got at least know he's coming to kill you too. I mean, let's just be straight.
Right. So I, that's the vibe that I got. Now, I mean, I understand, your car batteries can go dead and the watches get drained and whatnot, but I honestly think it was that guy that was it because it was a 3-hour hike. So I don't know if it was a 3-hour window total, like an hour and a half in, an hour and a half back, or if it was 3 hours in, then you're going to hang out at the site. Then it's 3 hours back. That gives him, a 6-7 hour window. But, I think in that he's watching and he sees these people come, park and whatnot. And so he knows about how much time he's got. So he just goes up, he disables their car. He knows when to come back conveniently, and then his shenanigans ensue. That's what I got from it.
Yep. I mean, that definitely gives him plenty of window time frame. Even 3 hours total, hour and a half up, hour and a half back. That's still 3 hours to mess with a car, let alone if it's 3 hours up and 3 hours back. That's 6 hours to just make the car and leave and then show up. Because they were hanging out in the car for a little while. They were like, I guess we'll just sleep here overnight. Like, we don't really know what to do. We can't get it started. So they hung out there for a while before he showed up.
Yeah, he was aliens coming up. I forgot about the watch batteries. That is kind of weird. Did they ever explain that in the movie or anything like that?
I actually missed that too.
I didn't miss it, but I just didn't put 2 and 2 together when I was watching it. But yeah, that's kind of
a crazy coincidence. I know that he, main bad guy in this movie, Mick, he actually had been following them since the gas station. Later on in the movie, you actually see when they're going over some of the footage that they have that Ben had taken. You actually see his truck at that gas station after they go get harassed by those crazy, weird Australian guys. So maybe he just followed them out there and waited and figured they were going to the crater site just to see it and just kind of lurked. And I don't know what he did to the car, if he cut the wire for the starter or what, but their battery was working because I think as they were getting towed, they just had their lights on, right? Or am I?
Yeah,
well, the battery was working because he actually put a screwdriver on one of the poles and he sparked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they got pulled behind that guy for like several hours going south.
And see, at this, all during this, I'm already checked out of the movie. I'm talking like the crocodile hunter. I'm like making fun of everything that's going
What was
on.
that guy we was making fun of from the podcast last week?
Paul Onions.
I love that.
I tell you what, man,
That's a household name now.
yeah, we're gonna have to
Paul Onions.
a Paul Onion award to go along with the werewolf nipple award.
Yes,
That's
that's awesome.
Yeah. So for you guys that have, I listened to the episode you guys did last week, and for getting some details from it, but comparing the film to the real life issues and with the backpack killer or whatever you want to call them, is this very much a dramatization of what happened, or is this fairly close? I don't think that this is necessarily very close because it's, in terms of witnesses for everything that went down there, there really isn't, other than the only guy that survived would have been Ben, and he was pretty much nailed to the wall the whole time. So
Yeah, they crucified that dude.
yeah, very brutal, by the way.
Yeah, my daughter came in when I was watching that part, and she was like, "What are you watching?"
That made me wince. Yeah, that was rough to watch.
I think it was
Well,
very
maybe-
loosely based on it. It just seems like some of the details that were in the actual story didn't make it to the film, and I think that's just for the production value.
Yeah,
Well, and some of them did. Like whenever he used the knife to actually sever the spine of the one girl. Some of those details. Yeah, so some of those details were actually, or at least it held true to what we were discussing. So yeah, it was very loosely based. Really took on different tangents and whatnot, but there was some of the source material that it kept. Not a whole lot, but some.
that's what I was. Go ahead, Audrey. I'm sorry.
You're fine. When I was looking into it, I did find out that where they actually filmed that movie, I don't think it was the backpack murderer, but an actual murder took place in that location. And a lot of the local people were upset they were recording there rather than somewhere else because of it.
Wow.
So you said that there was a murder that took place while they were filming, or like
before?
Yeah. Okay.
Like at the same location.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's Australia. Somebody's died around there somewhere. I mean, good Lord.
Yeah, out there in the desert.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would imagine stuff like that can easily go unseen. I know that, like, we all kind of talked about, the movie itself has a really long beginning, almost like the first act or so is them just getting there.
Yeah.
But I want to say that when Mick gets introduced and they're kind of chilling around the campfire, the actor, I thought he did a pretty good job in making you feel tension. It was very awkward, and it almost felt like some of the words that the other character in the movie, Ben, was saying to him. I was like, it just feels like something's going to explode any second now. I think that Ben was trying to joke with him at a certain point, and you could just tell that the crazy side of Mick's brain was taking over. He just started staring at him. I was like,
yeah, that was creepy.
I will say that was a decent part of the movie that I liked.
I will say that is my favorite scene of the movie. Like, the whole beginning part of this movie, you took what could have been 10 minutes to introduce these characters and you turned it into like 30 or 40 minutes.
It was
Yeah.
There was a lot of empty information that we didn't need in the story. But when you do get to that campfire scene, I like it more than like the two gauntlets and them being chased and all of that. That was such a genuine scene. Ben's character, on how he's trying to talk to this guy the whole time, even when he's fixing the car before they even get to his place, he is trying to just be like nice, and he doesn't really know how to talk to this dude. And I find myself in situations like that. Like, sometimes I'll be talking to somebody who's has some sort of different lifestyle than me that I might have to hang out with. and I'm trying to make small talk, and sometimes it ends up awkward and stuff like that. But to make it end up so awkward that this like just be stared at like that, I don't know. It was a very genuine scene, and it made me feel uncomfortable in a realistic way. And I thought that that was really
Yeah.
cool.
Would you normally fart to ease the tension though?
I mean, if it's there, if the opportunity's there, sure.
I guess you just got to rip one. All right. This
I mean, you might have to sometimes.
So did he like drug them
I
and cause them to pass out? That wasn't
I
clear to
think
me.
so.
I think so too, because I mean, she was awake. She went and talked to him. She came back, and the other, like for literally a couple minutes, and the other two are passed out. So.
I think when they kept showing them around the campfire drinking, the other dude wasn't drinking anything.
Well, they
So
got their
they're-
water or whatever it was out of his little.
Yeah, what was it that he kept saying? Yeah, right off the top.
Rainwater from, I think
Yeah.
so. I think that's what he said.
That is true because they were getting their water out of that jug, and he was drinking, but he got it out of a bottle.
That makes sense.
So I've got some notes on the movie here, and it just like with Paranormal Activity, how it tricked me as a child into thinking that this was actually a real story. This is true. This instance in particular is truly fictitious, right? This whole scenario.
This movie
There was-
is, yeah.
Completely. So I was fooled by this. I actually thought this was real for a second.
We're going to have to see how many movies we can make Cade believe they're real.
Don't do this to me. The traumatizing one, like when they said that the lady at the end of Paranormal Activity was just roaming around and we didn't know where she was at. I wanted to call like every branch of the military and get them out after her. So we can't. I'm gullible, man.
She's going to kill somebody else.
You're right. Because at the end of the movie, you know,
You gotta save them.
it acts like Ben, you know, was questioned for years, and I was going to be like, God, like they investigated this guy for years on these murders and just kept him like locked up. Like, what the heck? But that's funny. I was wrong this whole time.
All right, guys. So I think where we need to start up with, we've got them. They're backpacking across Australia. They went to the big crater. Car has broken down, and then as his name, he's Mick, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nick.
Mick shows up, tells him, "Hey, yo, I can fix it, but I can't do it here. You're gonna have to, come back to my place." So he pulls them for like 3 hours, seems like, or however long they was out there, back to his place. Now they're sitting around this campfire that we're talking about, and pretty sure that his rainwater was probably spiked with something they didn't need to be drinking. So everybody passes out, and the one girl wakes up, and she's all by herself, and she's tied up. So obviously she knows something's wrong.
Mhm.
So she goes through some stuff, gets out of her bandages and stuff like that. And she hears the other girl screaming, and she finds out that he's got her tied to a pole inside of a garage looking place. And then you're like, okay, now what do I do? Because she was faced with a decision, and you can see her in the movie. She stops and looks at the gate that's open. She could have ran, and you can tell in her mind, she's like, okay, I can get away or I can go back and help my friend. She was faced with that decision. And if you think about it, that's a decision that, if you're ever in something like this, you may be faced with that. But she chose to go back and help her friend, but you could tell she really wanted to get out of there. You guys know the scene I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. And I was actually talking to myself like while that was happening at the beginning when the scene changed to her being locked up in the shed. I was impressed that they didn't go with like the trope of her like banging on the door and screaming for help, because that would have alerted Mick. And instead she immediately like I thought she had decent survival instincts, honestly. They kicked in and she got the zip ties off of her wrist.
Mhm.
And then actually had the mental fortitude to go help her friend, which it would have been very tempting to run into that desert. But if it was a good buddy, Daniel, if you're stuck in that situation, I'll come help you out, brother. All right.
I appreciate that, man. I'll come help you. My wife
I'm
actually
head to the house myself.
My wife actually said that she would leave me. She was like, "Nah, man, I'm out." Except we weren't watching this movie. We were watching the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It was the one that they made after the remake. It was
okay.
where old girl was tied up outside to the post or whatever, and she actually got free from the post, and she was actually running away from the house, and then she heard her friend screaming, and she went back into the house. Yeah, and that's when my wife was like, "I would leave you." So I appreciate that, baby.
Ain't no reason for both of us to get killed. I mean,
Yeah, that's what she said. She was like, "You ain't making it. If you're in that house screaming, you're already not making it."
I'm just going to get help. I promise I'll be back. Okay, I'm just going to get some help.
It makes me wonder if he knew she was going to get free, like if that was part of the game he was playing, because he had each of them in different situations. The friend in the garage was already in the garage, and she was like bloody and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So she's already been beat up by the time this other girl woke up and got herself free. And I don't know if he was just going to take his time with each one, but for someone to have another garage full of like 15 cars, and he's been doing this for a while, why put somebody in a building with like broken glass and different things? It seemed like she got out pretty easily. If he's got a lot of experience, I don't think she should have had opportunities to get free. So I don't know if that was just an opportunity or like a situation that he might have planned for.
Yeah,
you never can tell. He likes to hunt, you know that much. So
right,
the only thing I
thought the same thing.
Yeah, it was a weird spot to put her. I know that one of the other victims that he had taken was a father and like a child, and so maybe he hasn't taken on like three, adults who might be more apt to figuring out how to get out of a situation like that. But yeah, she made quick work of the zip tie and got out of there. The only thing I would fault her for is she didn't follow the Zombieland 101 rule of the double tap.
Yep.
Or
Yeah.
she didn't check the back either.
Yeah,
there was
that too.
And they got away in the vehicle, and then they trashed the vehicle and went back to the compound for another vehicle. It was one of those "what are you doing" situations. Yeah. So there was a lot of trope that happened still.
Yeah,
too clever. Yeah, she was trying to like fool him into thinking, "Oh yeah, he'll think that we crashed and that we're dead, and he'll just walk away." Like it's like you're in a class in school, and you got that one part in your group who's just trying to go like the most obscure idea ever instead of just solving the problem. Let's drive away.
When they were on the side of the cliff and he walked up with that flashlight, I'm like, there is no way he's not seeing them right now. There's no.
Yeah.
Especially after the rock spell. I mean,
like, come on now.
Well, also, don't hang off the side of the cliff either. Like, run in the opposite direction and go hide behind a bush. Like, don't get me started on it. Like, they shot the dude's ear off and they didn't do the double tap. She could have stabbed him. She could have stabbed him with the barrel of the rifle through the neck and just kept going.
She something him on the back with the back of the gun instead of like actually.
Yeah, like that's going to do something.
He could have even in the head with the butt of the rifles.
Yeah, they could have done anything, dude. They were
like anything
and hit him with it. Yeah,
dude is about to rape and kill you. Do something. Like, come on.
There's knives everywhere. There was a crossbow I saw got introduced. Like,
there was a.
And then she loaded.
There was a crossbow.
She loaded a 357 later on, and then completely just like walked off. I never saw that gun again.
That upset me because she had the gun in her hand, and then she goes down this little tunnel full of corpses and freaks out and screams. But even before the corpses, she's going down. I'm like, where'd you put the gun? Because she had it in her hand at all. Gun? She just didn't. I asked, where is the gun for like 5 minutes?
There's probably a deleted scene somewhere where she gets rid of it or something, and they just forgot to put it in there.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with her because she was showing some like really good intelligence there, especially with deciding to set the car on fire. I guess she figured that car was done. She's going to use it as a distraction, and then
that was smart. That was
the propane tank allowing it to explode. Like it, Like that was smart to distract him, and then that was all IQ just went out the window after that.
Yeah.
She was done.
Because the whole time I'm like, all right, you have a gun. You spent 2 minutes loading a revolver, but you have it now. So like, yeah, and like, why didn't you just sit somewhere? Just sit somewhere and wait. He's gonna come back.
To a wall,
Yeah, put it back to a wall. Just sit there and wait. And then when he shows up, just boom. And then you go grab your friend, find the other guy, and then y'all leave. But she lost the gun when no one was around. She lost it by herself. And then just like snooped around for a little bit and then sat in a car and just kind of like, okay, I think I'm going to rest here for a little while. It's like she went from so smart to get the zip ties off immediately. She even closed the window behind her. She was super quiet, the whole setting the car on fire. And then it turns into having the survival instincts of a dandelion. It's so bad.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
That was something else. It's like, okay, you've got what we call the gauntlet in the third act with the final girl. Okay. Final girl runs the gauntlet away from the killer. Finally gets away, right? She does this, gets to the back. She gets to the car. Okay. And then dude pops up in the back saying, hello again, and it's like, God, right? So then he like, severs her spine and everything. And then you've got to run the gauntlet with the other girl again. And so you've got another 15 minutes worth, probably longer.
And this whole time, you don't know what happened to Ben. You're wondering, where's Ben?
Yeah. They showed him for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that for a while. What happened to Ben? I just thought they wrote him out, forgot about him. So.
He
His survival
really,
last.
yeah, he just sat still and that pretended to be dead, I guess. But he really didn't get an encounter with Mick necessarily. He just kind of escaped the compound over there. Is that? Am I remembering that correctly? He just wandered into the desert and then eventually got found by some random German people.
And it seems like they blamed it on him because it shows him going to court and stuff.
Well,
like that.
They allude to he was questioned, and of course, me being gullible, I'm like, dang, this sucks for that guy.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't deserve this. This man
Did
was
you
beaten
guys
up in the
notice
desert.
the remark Mick made when he's like, I think she pulled out a knife and he done the old Crocodile Dundee line. That's not a knife. Then's when he cut her fingers off or something. Yeah. That was, I knew it was going to get brutal when it got to that point, man.
Corky, we should have asked our Australian Remember That counterparts what their opinion is on this movie.
You know what I thought about today? I thought, man, we should have them come on and do this with us. That would have been funny.
And see if they're familiar with it at least, because it was a big deal over there. So
yeah. Well, like I was telling you, I was listening to Theo Vaughn's podcast this week, and he had Chris Hemsworth, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
And he actually was talking about the movie Wolf Creek on there, and I was like, no way, we're getting ready to do this movie.
I saw that just before we started. I looked at that just to see if I could see that clip, and yeah, he does talk about it. I was like, that's a coincidence.
Yeah. All right, here's what we're going to do, guys. Before we just talk about the ending of the movie, I've got a couple trivia questions that I have called up here. So, if you remember how to play the game, if you have the answers, say your name, and then I will acknowledge who gets the answer, all right? Does everybody know the rules?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Question number 1 in the trivia here tonight. What weapon does Mick famously use in the head on a stick scene?
Cade. That's his big Bowie knife.
Wrong, sir.
No.
That is wrong. Anybody else got the answer?
Right.
Bryson, go for it.
Is it a K-bar?
No.
Dang.
Not according to ChatGPT. I'm going to be honest.
You're saying.
I'm just going to read.
What's the question again? What weapon
What weapon does Mick famously use in the head on a stick scene?
It was his knife.
I thought it was the knife too.
Ends are wrong.
It is a knife. Because that's the scene where he's like, that's not a knife. This is a knife.
Yeah, because she had
Well, obviously, that's not the head on. That's the I'm about to get my fingers chopped off scene. This is the head on the stick scene.
Yeah, maybe.
Does everybody give up?
I give
The
up.
answer is his sniper rifle.
What?
No.
Okay.
No way, Corky.
Listen here, sir. According to ChatGPT, it was his sniper rifle.
Because he puts some sharp object into her spine and like literally like severs it, and then she falls down like a flint. Noodle.
Yeah, well, here, regardless, nobody got that one. Moving on. What happens to the backpacker's car after they visit the crater?
Daniel.
Rush.
Daniel.
He puts it into his big garage with all the other cars.
Let me clarify. I think it's asking what mechanically happened to their car at the crater.
Rush.
Audrey.
Oh,
Bryson.
yeah,
Bryson.
It wouldn't start.
Audrey.
Audrey.
Is it a back
You know what?
plug?
I know they talked about the coil in that scene, but according to ChatGPT, the battery mysteriously dies.
What?
He put the screwdriver on the battery.
He put the screwdriver on the battery and it's forehead.
Look,
I don't
don't
think
tell it
ChatGPT
me.
watches movie.
I'm asking the
Man.
power of AI these questions.
We have
Chad GPT's on drugs.
Why?
ChatGPT didn't watch this movie.
Yeah, GPT couldn't make it through this movie.
I don't even know if it even explicitly said what was wrong with the car.
Listen,
either. Like I don't even know.
My ChatGPT is trained for movie trivia. So
Oh man, your Chat GPT sucks at movie trivia.
number 3.
He said he severed her spine with the sniper
Just
rifle.
because you guys don't know the answers, don't be knocking my ChatGPT.
Listen, if I could pull up the movie right now and not be forced to watch like 12 minutes of ads every like 3 seconds, I would do it and show you the clip of him using that knife.
Well-
he severed her spine. That's where he was
You know
like
what?
the head
When
of
this
the
episode, when this episode's over, I'm going to post a poll or something or a screenshot of this because I'm going to be straight with you. I don't know the scene, but I have to believe in AI. I do.
I think we need a fact check at the end.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up.
You guys might be right. I'm just, hey. Question number 3. What nationality are the 2 female backpackers in the film?
Cade.
Cade.
They're British.
That is correct, sir.
You can tell the difference between their accents. I just heard somebody say that.
Yeah.
So
When he said you're British, I was like, wait, what?
I didn't even realize it until I was like, that's the only way I could remember.
I kind of figured they were Australian myself, but hey.
Yeah, I do too.
What did ChatGPT say?
ChatGPT says British.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, the majority of the film was shot in which remote type of environment?
Brush.
Now,
Daniel.
got
Outback.
Bryson first. If you said it, I didn't hear you, buddy. Go for it.
In the Outback.
Yes, that is correct, sir. That is correct.
Good job, Bryson.
So, we got Cade with 1, Bryson with 1, and everybody else with a big goose egg.
I think I need to get a half a point for saying that the car was in the garage since you didn't specify.
Well,
Daniel's judging really hard since he's true.
now you know how we feel, Mr. Trivia Guy.
Hey, man, I've lightened up. I've started giving out half points and quarter points.
Yeah,
You started on the last
we've
show.
even
You was
given,
giving
like,
out just
third.
who was closest to it.
Okay, yeah, it was that bad. It was that bad.
You guys might get this one. All right, everybody ready?
yes.
Yeah.
In what country is Wolf Creek set?
Cade.
Bryce.
Cade.
Australia.
ChatGPT says no.
That's Australia.
ChatGPT says America.
All right, this is the last one. Audrey and Josh, if you guys don't get this one, then we're going to have to rethink our lives, okay? So,
Sure.
the film is loosely inspired by which real-life Australian criminals? Now, it's multiple choice.
Josh, go for it.
Island Milat.
And that is correct, sir.
And then the other one is
Nice.
like, not the other, that's the two.
Bradley Murdoch. But I'll take
Yeah,
All onions.
Yeah, Paul Onion.
their questions. It was Ted Bundy and John Wayne Gacy, Ivan Milat and Bradley Murdoch, the Snowtown Killers, and
The
the backpack
Snowtown
murderer
Killer.
of Canada.
That's right there.
Oh, right.
Yes.
All right, so I think Cade won, right?
Yes, with the great week of trivia this week, I have somehow come out on top.
Oh, good job, buddy.
Good job, Dave.
Excellent job.
Wall Street says him too. Good job.
That's enough of that. All right, so where are we at in the movie? We're going to break down the ending of it now, right?
Yes.
So, I'll start off with this scene right here. The one chick, I don't know her name, but he had her tied up in the garage at the first.
Her name's Christy.
Yeah, Christy. Did you guys see the scene where she's trying to get away and he just straight up shoots her in the back?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, that old guy pulled up and was like, "What happened to you? Let me get you a blanket and some water and a sandwich." And
Yeah, see, that's not happening. That's not happening. Chick is bloody all over. She's hysterical. And he's like, let me get you a sandwich. Let me go around here to the trunk of my car and get you a sandwich. No, you put her in the car and you immediately drive away.
At least you didn't tell her to go make a sandwich. I mean,
Oh, yeah. He's like, yeah, because when I'm bleeding out, the last thing I need is a peanut butter sandwich. You know what I'm saying?
I bet
Right.
the Vegemite sandwich, but I could be wrong.
Men at work
I
over
know.
here.
Who wants to go?
Yeah. So Liz, after showing her great fortitude with survival instincts, unfortunately, she dies at the hands of Mick by getting her spine severed.
Oh, yeah, he brutally killed her.
Yeah, apparently he used the barrel of his sniper or his rifle to do so, somehow miraculously cutting through her skin with the barrel.
You know what? I cannot wait to find out that ChatGPT was right. And I swear it's going
I'm
all
going to
over.
find the scene. But
ChatGPT's talking about a different movie.
yeah, so to set the scene with her, I believe she eventually gets to one of the other extra vehicles that he has, gets in there, and he has just been camping out in the back of this car like Michael Myers style, and stabs her through the car seat, and then she pulls out a knife and gets her fingers chopped off, and then after that is when he ultimately severs her spine, which is a brutal kill. I mean, I'll give the movie that. Like, that's a brutal death.
Which is tied to the real life murderer, Ivan. That's what he did. Because if you remember on the show the other night,
that's terrible.
I told you guys I'm starting to see a theme with the spinal injuries he was doing.
Yeah.
And they carried that over into the movie, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's terrifying. But she ultimately dies here, and that leaves Christy kind of with the final chase with this guy. And I loosely remember this one a little bit. This is where I started to kind of zone out of the movie because I was like, man, this is taking a while to get through.
The pacing was bad on the.
Yeah, the pacing was a little off here, but
so bad.
She eventually gets to another vehicle here and almost gets in sort of a car chase with him, to the point at which I believe did she crash or
He shoots the tire.
Yeah,
he shoots the tire out.
She meets this older gentleman, and he gets taken out by Mick here. He using his crazy good shooting skills.
Because he was getting a sandwich, man. That's why he got took out.
Yeah, man. You don't put a deranged girl in the back seat of your car that's all bloody and then go get a sandwich. Who does that?
The old man, the girl just got out and was just like meandering around the car. Like, there's a sniper and you're just going to walk casually around the car. Like,
Yeah,
we got to be smarter than that.
and I think after this is when she takes off and he shoots her right rear tire and she just flips into the ditch, and then he goes and shoots her.
To me, that kill scene was just as simple as it was. There wasn't no big blood explosions or anything. It's just a pop, and then she's dead.
I think he actually shot her twice too.
Yeah,
He knows,
He
knows what he's doing then.
He followed the rule from Zombieland.
He did the double tap.
Yeah. So is it after that we follow up and we find out what's happening? Is his name Ben? Is that the guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then and he's like literally nailed to a wall or something.
They got him crucified, man, which was brutal.
Yeah.
It was rough to watch. And then he just kind of rummages through the desert, and then he eventually cradles up into a ball, tries to get some sleep, I guess, and then he gets found by these two German people, and then it kind of cuts from there and alludes to the fact that he was, like, I guess, questioned and eventually got cleared of being a suspect on the case, and then it says that they were never found. And I was sitting there like, dang, here we go again. Nick's out there, nobody in Australia. I'm not going to Australia now.
But this movie, did we ever figure out if it got 2 sequels or just one?
I did see that
No,
was a sequel. Yeah.
Sequel, and then I seen when I was looking today, there was another one made. I don't know if it's just a remake or if it's totally different, but 2017 they made another Wolf Creek.
Yeah, it was like a part 3 or something.
And there's also a TV show. I think this movie was wildly popular in Australia. I think they
it
loved
grossed a decent amount, even did well in the U.S. somehow, making like 16 million of like the 30 million that it grossed. So that may have had something to do with it. And I guess the concept is kind of similar to some of our favorite horror movies like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, just that eerie feeling. So maybe that's why it did so well. But this movie was kind of for me.
I did see some kind of interesting facts about it. So one thing is the actor that played Mick, he actually went and camped in the outback for a couple of weeks to prepare for the role by himself.
Wow.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I would not be camping in the outback in Australia. I'm getting bitten by a snake.
Look, I ain't camping in Australia for nothing. That place is
no.
Or honestly, I'll end up having to box one of those kangaroos like some of those videos we've seen. Those kangaroos can throw hands. I'm pretty sure I saw one.
It actually showed 3 kangaroos that was standing there while he was asleep, or at some point during that little montage, they kind of hopped off.
Have you guys seen the video that surfaced a few years ago of the kangaroo like holding the dog in the pond, and then the guy goes and boxes the kangaroo and he like punches it in the face and stuns it. The kangaroo just like, and I'm like, I could go to the gym my whole life. I'll never be as jacked as a kangaroo.
They're monsters, and there's no way.
Let that be a serial killer in a movie. There's an idea we have, fellas. We can make like a B movie. Have a kangaroo.
Well, they did it with the monkeys, so they can do it with a rabid kangaroo. It's like Cujo Part 3.
Yeah, they did it with a sloth. What movie is that?
On Hulu. I can't remember what it's called.
But anyhow, can you guys see this?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. Okay. So he's got the sniper rifle in his hand.
This is a knife. Come on, Nicky. Come on.
Come on.
Settle down, that's not going to kill you, right? Yeah, I got a ball on my neck and I'm not whinging, am I? No. Yeah, I'm going to have to do something, Lizzie, so that you don't try and run out on me again, It's a little trick they used to use in the Vietnam War, so they could take prisoners and they still get the same information out of them. But the little buggers didn't escape. You with me? You with me? You see what I mean?
It won't let me fast forward.
Oh, it's about to happen. Because she gets knocked out.
That's for fucking wrecking me fucking truck, you bitch! Now,
what have I done?
This little procedure is called making a head on a stick.
Watch carefully, Corky.
There's the sniper rifle.
Yep.
Ooh, that's so rough.
ChatGPT was wrong.
Right?
Don't trust it.
The ChatGPT sucks.
Head on a stick.
Oh no.
Oh man,
I'll tell you, there you have it. You can't trust everything that you see.
My inner crocodile hunter. Have a go with this. That's a mean chili right there, yeah. And I was just the whole time just cracking myself up.
I am impressed.
Nobody
with you,
else thought it was funny. Like Bree was sitting there and she was like, "Oh God, please shut up. This movie sucks bad enough. I don't need to hear you." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, you mean Sheila, right? I'm gonna take my knife." And it was
Don't worry, Daniel. After this, I'll go talk to my wife in an Australian accent for the next couple hours. So yeah, I'll see how well it goes for me.
I was
All right,
watching it
you
with
guys
Donna
ready to
last
rate
night,
this thing?
and she fell asleep within 15 minutes, and I'm like, great, I've got this whole movie by myself. Like, I can't even laugh about it with anybody.
Same for me. Olivia fell asleep, and I was like, she's like, "Why are you watching this?" I'm like, "We got to. This is important."
Yeah,
It's my job to watch it.
We have a professional
we're
show.
professionals.
I am a
Yeah.
professional.
You've seen my
We don't
podcast
sit
setup.
around and do accents on this show. No.
All right,
We're
y'all. Let's
professionals.
rate this thing, man.
I don't care.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I just got to pull it up.
I'll throw mine out there. Normally, I'll write it during my lunch break at work. Today was not a good day. I needed to get out of the office, just to not be in the office during lunch. I did not officially write a score, but I do remember finishing the movie last night. I'm like, that's a 4 out of 10. So I guess I'm just going to stick
4
with
out of
that
10
number.
total? Okay. All right.
Well, there you go. I'll agree with that.
I don't know. I mean,
Cage, you
I'll
keeping
bump
up
it up
with
to
it?
a 5.
I do. I
guess.
have my spreadsheet
No,
pulled
keep
up.
it a 4. Yeah, keep your 4.
No.
That's
No,
solid.
keep your 4. Keep your 4.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I'll keep it
So
at 4.
I'll
All right,
keep it
Daniel,
short.
go ahead.
My total is a 5. It didn't really do much for cultural significance. It had no symbolism that I saw. Very little soundtrack music. The special effects were okay. They were about average, I guess. And my overall enjoyment just kind of wasn't there. So, you got a lot of 4s and 5s out of me that ended up with being a 5 total.
Awesome. All right, Kay, your turn, buddy.
Yeah, so I'm actually aligned with Bryson here. My score is a 4 out of 10. I don't think I will ever rewatch this film. I know we kind of talked negatively about it. I did think that the actor who played Mick did a pretty good job in being a menacing villain in this movie. But with a really slow first act and then kind of a messy third act towards the end with some bad decisions from someone who did pretty well as with some survival instincts with our first main girl here, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10.
Awesome. Okay. Do you guys want to rate it?
I think it's
I'll
probably
grant
a
Josh.
4 out of 10 also.
All right.
And I agree
4
with
out of
Kate.
10 from Josh. Sweet.
I think
Audrey,
they
where
could
you
have
get
spent
it?
a lot. I'd say 4 out of 10. I think they should have spent a lot more time of them actually being with Mick rather than the lead up to it. I think it had the potential with Mick being as creepy as he was, but it just never got there.
Yeah, it kind of
Yeah,
fell short.
I 100% agree with that. Yep. And I'm just going to echo everybody. I'll give it a 5 just because I thought it was a brutal last 45 minutes of the movie. But I really think the movie as a whole, it just took too long to get there. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So I'll give
So
it
I
a
will
5.
say,
And Cade, what's that?
oh, my bad.
Go ahead, buddy.
I was going to say, I do like the acting in this movie. I think all the actors in this movie did a really
The
well.
guy that played Mick done good. Yeah.
Yeah, he did good. I liked the other dude. Both of the girls did really well. I think what would have saved this movie if they would have cut out the whole party scene in the beginning, a lot of the driving scenes, and if they would have just replaced it. You know when they had Christy in the garage and they had the one body hanging up that he had killed her before they got there? What would have saved this movie is if they would have cut out that party scene and a lot of the driving, and they would have replaced it with maybe 15 minutes of Mick and the girl before them, then introduce the characters.
Yeah.
Had them
that
get
would
to
have
the
been better.
garage or the gas station, then the crater, then he shows up, and you're like, oh, dang, like, that's not good. Boom.
Yeah.
That would have been a 6, 7 out of 10 for me if they would have just paced it better.
Yeah.
I think that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I
They
agree
should have built
totally.
up Mick's character a little bit better.
Yeah, I think that
I
Mick
agree
did
on
a
that
really
most
good job. The
definitely.
guy that played Mick, I think that he could also be
All
in
right.
like a rom-com. I think that he's that good.
Yeah.
He's got some
I th-
charisma.
Hey, I'll go further than that. I think he could
Yeah,
do the
there we
remake
go.
of Crocodile Dundee.
There we go.
He's got to be a top
You
contender,
know?
Yeah, buddy.
dude.
Do it.
We'll put that out there in the ether right now. Let's make that happen. Yeah. All right, Cade, what's that put it up to, buddy?
Yeah, so our average for the team, including our illustrious guests tonight, gives us a 4 out of 10 for this movie. So 5 is average for us, 4 is slightly below average. So if you're interested in the movie, go see it. If not, just go listen to The Guilty and the Ghost. We talk about the real thing. That's way more interesting than this movie.
I'll say that. Hey, before we cut out here, guys, tell us anything you want us to know, where we can find you at, and all your channels and all that good stuff. Just fill us in real quick.
Yeah, you can find us on Facebook, TikTok. I started a Discord. Not really sure what I'm doing, but figuring it out.
Oh, sweet. I use
So-
Discord.
Okay, well, I may holler at you sometime for some help. Just search Guilty and the Ghostly, and we should pop up.
Awesome. Well, hey, it's a 4 out of 10 from the Guilty and Ghostly crew and the Remember That crew. Appreciate everybody tuning in, Lord. And we really hope we didn't lose the entire first 45 minutes of this show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
See you. Bye.
All right. We'll see everybody next week. Bye, everybody.
See you. Bye.
See you. Bye.
Bye.